Hi everyone, this is my my review of the Yamaha YZF R125. It's a 2013 version, and it was the last version they made of this model. They kept it the same for a number of years. A lot of the parts may have changed, but I mean they've changed the whole styling of the new one now, of the 2014 model. So everything I'm going to tell you is based on the 2013 model. I'm going to start with the bad points. There's only one. There's no clock, which can do my head in sometimes. Like if I show you the instruments, you've got your, if I turn it on, you know you've got your rev counter, you've got your digital speedo, your mileage, your fuel gauge, which is very useful. I know a lot of them just tell you when you're running out. Your neutral, got your indicators, got your full beams. Oh, but the thing's got to be on for that. Temperature and fuck knows. I've got a tank pad to protect it. I'd recommend getting that. I'd also recommend getting a yoke protector, just to save your keys scratching it all. They've started scratching it a bit there. A little bit about the bike. It's a single cylinder liquid cooled bike, whatever that means. It's got a 4-stroke engine. It's a good engine, really good engine in it. I'd recommend cleaning your bike a lot, because, especially cleaning the chain a lot as well, because once the gunk all builds up on your chain, you won't really realise it until you clean it. I mean, my chain was filthy until I've done it recently. I did it the other day, and it really improves sort of the drive of it, and I think it does improve the acceleration of the bike. As you can see, this is the blue model. It's got the blue shock absorber in there. That looks quite smart. It's also got the blue wheels, which is why I went for it. I think if it had black wheels or white wheels, it wouldn't look as good, but because it's got the blue wheels, it made it look really smart. What else? It's got a 6-speed gearbox on it, so it's obviously 1 down, 5 up. You've got your neutral in between the 1 and 2. Or should I say first and second? Your front brake is a big Brembo brake. Can't even say that. Brembo. Your rear one isn't. I don't know what your rear one is. Don't know, Yamaha. Whatever. What I do know about both of them is they are single disc hydraulic systems. You've got a 13.8 litre fuel capacity just in there. And I mean, if you're going to ask me how much that lasts, I put £15 worth of super unleaded in, which is the good stuff. Sainsbury's good stuff, because I think I've tried the BP one and I don't think it's any different. But Sainsbury's one I think does make a difference. So put 15 quid of that in. That's about 132 a litre. Is that right? 132 a litre? Yeah. And that will last me sort of between 200 and, if I'm really lucky, 250. I mean, I think I've had 252 out of it before, and that was from full until pushing it. That was riding decent. I mean, if you're flooring it everywhere and accelerating hard and high revs and whatever, you're not going to get a lot. You're going to get about 190 to 200 miles out of it, which I mean is still great for a bike or anything really, especially if so 125, you're going to be about the age of 17, 18, 19. I'd say that's the biggest market for it. So 15 quid, lasts you that many miles, is really good. What else? The tyres I've got, personally I've got the Michelin Pilot Streets. There were the Pilot Sporties on before, but obviously the tread wore down a lot, because I was riding a lot. Ended up getting the Streets, which are really, really good tyres. It's supposed to be one of the best for wet and dry conditions. Some are good for just sort of dry, but these are an all-rounder, which is good. I've got the tail tidy on it. I won't show you the reg. That's an RNG one. Bartered that with a bike. Obviously I've got the L plates on for one reason or another. Got my Mod 2 coming up. What else have we got? We've got the double bubble screen. Obviously you've seen the yoke protector, you've seen the tank pad. The Yamaha carbon GP exhaust, full exhaust system. I think it looks quite smart, and to be fair, it is the loudest one I've heard. I mean, I've heard Akrapovic on here, obviously not on this bike, but this Yamaha one is so loud. You know, I'm not a mechanic, but it was quite easy to fit. What else? It's only about, I think it cost me about 120 quid including postage from China. 120 quid, and it's class, and I think it looks quite smart as well. They do a silver one, like a stainless steel one, I think, but I think the carbon one looks a lot smarter. Yeah, looks really smart. I mean, you can get carbon rear huggers or whatever. Little minor things I've got, stuff like that. Blue dust caps, which I think makes it look quite smart. I've also got, if I'll show you this, blue side lights. I think they look quite smart, obviously because it's a blue bike, they're quite cheap them. Really easy to fit, And I've also got the ice blue looking Exxon headlights, which if I start it up, you also hear the exhaust. And I'll be able to show you the headlights. So I was saying before about the full beams, now you can put it on full beam. It's exhaust, nice sounding that. But yeah, this is the Exxon ones. That's what it looks like. Get a load of that. Change it to full beam. That just comes on like that. So that's like that. What else? That's basically it really. I mean, in terms of the actual bike itself, yeah, it's the dearest 125 on the market, but there's a reason for it. You're not going to get anything like it. I mean, a CBR, I don't think, I've sat on that and that's quite tiny. You can when I see a CBR out on the road, I think, yeah, that's 125. Or even the 250s are quite similar. But in terms of the R125, I mean, it's taller than an R6, I think, or taller than an R1. But it just looks like a proper sports bike, do you know what I mean? And then when I see another one out on the road, only because I know what they are, but I do think they look quite smart. This is what it looks like from the view of the rider, for anyone that wants to look at it. I know when I used to was looking at buying bikes, I always liked seeing these type of view, like when you're actually riding it. But that's basically it. The ride is great. You know, it's got a good suspension. Everything's just how it should be. And everything just feels solid, and you know, it's Yamaha, they use good parts. I mean, they've even got a Brembo front brake. It's like, I mean, a couple of years ago you wouldn't have had Brembo, would you, on a 125? That's basically it. But yeah, if you're thinking of getting one, definitely get one. As I say, the other disadvantage is the clock, which about, I don't know, £5 on eBay. So I'll probably get one of them. But yeah, the side lights, literally they pop out. You take the bulb out and stick the other bulb in and stick it back in. Honestly, it's so easy. My dad did it for me, but yeah, it's really easy. Obviously, ignore the old plates. There's loads of stuff you can get for it. I mean, I think you get sprockets for them. I say rear huggers, new mirrors, indicators. Most indicators fit on. That's basically it, really. I think the seat's quite nice on it as well, with the blue stitching on it. But yeah, if you're thinking of getting one, get one. Might even do a second video of me actually riding the bike with a bit of a review about it. But that's it. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.